Aww.
Let me start by saying how honored our family is to be asked to be co-chairs of this year's Relay for Life. Dawn had two dying wishes. The first is that we continue the Relay for Life every year in her honor. And the second is that we continue the Dawn of Hope benefits and give the money to another family in need. Dawn wanted her legacy to live on and not to have what she had gone through been in vain. There is no better way to honor one of my sister's dying wishes than to have this to happen. So thank you from the bottom of all of our hearts. Cancer has affected our lives in such a dramatic way. Since February of 2012 to July of 2012, only 5 short months, we lost 3 family members to cancer. I lost a great aunt, a grandmother, and my sister, Dawn Marie. This is not counting the 3 types of cancer my father has had. Dawn was a daughter, a granddaughter, sister, aunt, wife, mother, and a grandmother, even though she was never able to meet her grandchild. Dawn Marie also had a very large support group and cheering section, and I'm here not only to tell you about Dawn's journey, but how hard she fought and with such grace and dignity. Dawn's journey with cancer started when she was only 32 years old. In the next 8 years, Dawn battled breast cancer 3 times. Her first lump was found in October of 2004, and we went through the normal procedures of biopsy, lump removal, chemo, and radiation. Then 5 years later, during routine mammogram, they found another lump, this time in her right breast. At this time, Dawn decided to have a bilateral mastectomy. After she had healed, Dawn decided to go ahead with reconstructive surgery, and then the unthinkable happened. Another lump was found in the skin flap of her right breast. I was with Dawn when she received her biopsy results, and all I remember the words cancer and Dana-Farber. I knew if they were saying Dana-Farber, then it could not be good. Dawn had a very aggressive chemo-resistant cancer called triple-negative breast cancer. Her surgeon fought with the insurance companies to get her PET scan done, and when the results came back, we found a mass under her clavicle and lymph node involvement. During the surgery, they removed 12 lymph nodes and 11 had cancer. Then we took a trip to Dana-Farber with oncologists, and she continued on her treatment plan, and that's when we found out she had stage 4 cancer. After months of treatment, it was back to Dana-Farber for the follow-up PET scan. That was one of the most nerve-wracking days of our lives. When the time came for results, we went to the office and heard the sweetest words, "Your tumor is shrinking." Then Dawn continued on with her treatments and went into remission. Months down the road, Dawn felt like she was getting the flu. We finally convinced her to go to the doctors, and when my mother went to go pick her up, she found her in the bathroom, unable to move. This was October 18th, her 21st wedding anniversary. When she was in the hospital, doctors thought she had a virus, but with her history, did a bone marrow aspiration, and found that the results came back, and the cancer was now in her bones. During this time, it was a constant battle to find the correct chemo that would keep her blood counts and platelets up. Then on April 20th, our father's birthday, Dawn was experiencing severe headaches, and once again, we had to rush her to the hospital. They did an MRI, and it showed no masses. We were so relieved until the following week when we again rushed her to the hospital for severe headaches. This time, the spinal tap, and that's when we found out the cancer had leaked from her spinal fluid and surrounded her brain. Through all of this, Dawn never lost her amazing sense of humor. When she was told that she'd have that support installed on the top of her head, she told her it would be okay. She's just going to look like, would you roast your chicken? Dawn lost her 8-year battle with cancer on July 9th, 2012 at 5:45 p.m. at home surrounded by her family. Now you know the story of Dawn's battle. Let me tell you about Dawn as a person. Dawn was my sister, my best friend, my Siamese twin, and confidant. We could complete each other's sentences, read each other's minds, and know what the other's feeling without speaking a word. Dawn had a smile that would light up the darkest room and a laugh that was contagious. Dawn went to classes at the American Cancer Society to consult other cancer survivors. She wanted to help them understand what to expect from their survivor's point of view. Dawn didn't want to be a burden, didn't want to be treated like there was nothing wrong. She always said, don't be mad at God. He has a plan, and don't lose hope. Dawn's funeral and wake were proof of how many people loved her and were inspired by her. Hundreds of people attended, along with complete strangers who had heard of her story, including the Springfield Police Department, who had to provide police escorts. The amount of people that attended all of Dawn of Hope benefits, the companies and the people that donated their time and services for my sister, who was able to renew her wedding vows at her last benefit, because she always said the only good thing that happened to her in October was she married her husband, Tim. You can ask anyone in this room who knew Dawn about her personality, and every single person will have a funny story. Either something she did or something she said. That was Dawn, beautiful, funny, and amazing. Whether it was gluing her knees shut, tripping over thin air, the poo-poo spray, or the morphine muffins, the countless laughs we all had with her, Dawn was quoted as saying, I take one day at a time and keep plugging on. It's really important not to lose that sense of hope. Dawn was an inspiration to so many people. She never wanted pity. She never thought of herself as terminal, and she never gave up hope. That's why we call her our Dawn of Hope. We are so thankful for the short 40 years we had with Dawn. I truly believe Dawn was sent to us for a purpose, to help teach us the meaning of compassion, grace, humility, faith, and hope. I promise you, Dawn, we will fight for you for the rest of our lives until the word cancer is never uttered again. I love you, my sweet sister, and I'll see you in my dreams.
Done.